up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Salute to George Floyd. Rest in peace, shout out, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna touch up on a lot of topics today. I highly recommend y'all to stay in, man. Stay in, man. Real talk, man. Whatever you doing, put it on pause for a minute. I got a couple callers calling in. We're gonna really hit it off today, man. We're gonna touch up that Brees. We're gonna touch up some Michael Jordan shit. A lot of shit we're gonna touch up today. But before I get started, I promised myself I would definitely make this real quick. I'm not gonna call it a statement, more like a shout out. Let me start by saying rest in peace to George Floyd and every other black man who suffered via this police abuse, brutality, and, you know, just basically overriding their power, man, for no reason. I really don't want to get into this topic because what I got on my chest, they're going to rip my post down and probably put me on Facebook jail for 30 days. So I'd rather not go that route. But that doesn't mean that I can't mention the situation nor talk about it. Also, salute to the mothers and fathers that suffered through this. The children, the cousins, the friends, and everybody around that has to witness this type of behavior. Hopefully something comes out of good out of all this because there's a lot of noise being made. But like I said, rest in peace, shout out to George Floyd. I had to get that out there to start my show. And with that, let's get the show started. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H Entertainment, Syndicate Radio TV, D Beeman, One Voice, my beloveds, the dog catcher, the specialist, the secret weapon, and Credit Fix. Never too late to get your credit. IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. And I'm going to start today's first NBA topic before we start getting really with it. We're going to go to the NBA. Rest in peace to Wes Unseld. You see I posted his jersey right behind me. Wes Unseld, 74 years old, spent more than 3 decades of his life in the NBA as a player, coach, and executive. Helped the Bullets win their first championship in 1978, earning MVP also, and it was named 50 top players in the league. 50 top players in the league when they came out with that. We got our first caller right now. So it's going to get hectic tonight, man. Yeah, what's up, man? Max, who's calling?
What's going on, everybody? This is Gambino.
Okay, Gambino, for some reason you're not sounding clear. You're loud, but you're not clear. What you got for the people today on the Open Sessions Al York Sports Show? Talk to us.
Okay, so I just really quickly would like to first share a statement I wrote in regards to the Greg Floyd incident in Minnesota, if you don't mind. I'd like to say, as a white man who's lived in New York my whole entire life, I'm embarrassed and ashamed to be a white man in America at this moment. I'm embarrassed that the people older than me, as well as some of my age bracket, who either have had same experiences or have had better educations that I've had, have had actions and have said words that have been so hurtful during this week that what has transpired in Minnesota is unexplainable and unexcusable for any of the action.
No doubt. I totally agree.
I'm embarrassed that as Americans, we have not come to the realization in white society that everybody is created equal. And I don't want to, necessarily sound corny, but not to quote the great Martin Luther King, we should all judge people not by the color of their skin, but by the character of their content and how they approach people on an everyday basis.
All right, now listen, Gambino, real quick. I want to touch up on this, but I know I'm not going to be able because I'm going to come too hard and they're going to rip my post down and put me on Facebook jail. I already know they're going to do that. So you made your point. Let's go to a similar topic. You called me earlier. You said you wanted to touch up on Drew Brees' statement from the New Orleans Saints. I want to talk about what he said first before that bullshit apology we heard. Educate the people.
Well, first his BS, his bullshit statement is that he doesn't agree with anybody who kneels during the anthem or the American flag, which is completely ignorant and has nothing to do with what's going on in the world at this moment in time. So he made a completely ignorant statement. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, the fact that he would make such a statement at this moment in time when kneeling is such a peaceful way to protest is another ignorance.
Okay, let me cut him real quick. He reiterated. He basically said he'll never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag. So he don't care what people were saying. He was not going to go against that, Star Spangled Banner, etc., until he heard everybody's criticism, including his teammates, his ex-teammates, etc. Now he decided to, come out with another interview and basically apologize. So my question to you is, finish up on his statement, and do you basically accept his apology?
I don't believe Drew Brees is racist. I believe Drew Brees had a moment in poor judgment in his comment, because he again made a comment that has nothing to do with what's going on in the world at this moment in time, because there's no sports, so nobody's yelling at this moment in time.
Right.
So he made a completely ignorant statement. But I don't believe that Drew Brees is racist, but I do believe that Drew Brees can still fight, because under no circumstances do I want to play with Drew Brees with him thinking the way that he's thinking.
Right. And I'm telling you, listen, for a guy that turned that whole state around in New Orleans during that Katrina Super Bowl run, him helping out the peoples, donating money, that one statement, I'm not going to say it's going to wipe out all the good doing that he did, but it's going to tarnish him, because when your own players and ex-players and the African Americans from New Orleans hear that, and they hear it from so-called a leader, that turned a lot of people on him. Even his top wide receiver, Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas was really upset. But go ahead.
You know who's going to check him at the door when he tries to get his golden jacket? Ed Reed.
Oh, Ed Reed definitely going to check him. That's a great point. I like that. Ed Reed's definitely going to check him. Okay, now let's go back to his apology. I'm going to cross-examine you on his apology. First, I'm going to ask you what you thought of it.
I thought it was, I thought he needed to apologize. I thought his apology doesn't mean anything, because, again, what he said was nothing. It had nothing to do with what's going on in the world, so therefore he was just being completely ignorant. So he was being completely stupid. So he didn't necessarily even touch on what was going on in the world at the moment, which I can't say anything good or bad about, because he didn't touch on it. He just made a completely blanketed, ignorant comment that had nothing to do with anything at the moment.
What I don't understand, let me interject real quick. Fred Robinson, I see you,
Okay.
BB. Pee-wee, I see all of y'all. I'm sorry I can't react. I'm in the middle of a conversation. But my thing is, how do you just come out of nowhere with a statement like this? You being such the man in that, in that New Orleans clubhouse, that New Orleans team, that New Orleans city. How do you say such a blatant statement without thinking about it? And then apologize once you knew everybody was against you. So to me, that was an apology to say more of a sorry thing than to rephrase what he meant to say. Because I'm not buying that he said it wrong. No, I believe Drew Brees spoke his mind, his heart. I believe that was coming straight out of him.
Agreed.
But he did apologize. Apologize beats nothing. But like I'm a true believer, sorry goes but so far. If I punched you in the face right now and just said sorry, that don't equivalent to the damage I did to you. So what I'm trying to say is the damage that he did to his teammates, his ex-teammates, the city, all the African Americans, the mothers, the fathers, it ain't holding no weight. You know what I mean? So yes, you apologize, but my thing, I'm gonna go into, matter of fact, I'm gonna let you say what he should do. I don't want to say what you told me. I'd rather you say it. What should Drew Brees do right now?
He should retire.
Say that louder. Let everybody hear you.
He should retire.
Okay.
R-E-T-I-R-E.
Okay, so now explaining on why you think he should retire. I said my piece, say your piece.
As a teammate, I don't want to be associated with somebody who has those views, especially with all the other teammates that he's had on his team. So he's definitely well cultured enough to not ever think that. You should not even have that in his thought process from the video. But since he does, and he decided that this would be the time to let his opinion be felt, and he's 40 years old, he's not winning a Super Bowl next year. I don't expect any of the teammates that are on his team right now to play for him. I don't.
Hold on, let me interject. My boy George Santana made a great point. He's saying his apology is also so he don't lose a lot of them endorsements. So now we starting to get more stuff out of this apology, which, like I said, I'm a true believer right now on my show. He said what he said and he meant it. He didn't know that it was going to hurt individuals like that. That's what he didn't know. But I'm telling you, he meant what he said. But go ahead, bro.
Agreed. And I don't think I think that there are going to be a couple of sponsors that he loses, but there'll be a couple that'll stay with him. But at the end of the day, this will tarnish his whole persona as an NFL player. Like, yeah, maybe he's a great NFL quarterback, but he made such an ignorant statement at the wrong time.
Oh man! No, hold up! I'm gonna support you on that. You couldn't say that more better, Gambino. He picked the worst possible time to say what he said. Few days after they buried George Floyd, like, or maybe a day after, or maybe it was the same day. I don't, give or take. You, Drew Brees, you cannot make this mistake. But go ahead, bro.
Not even just, after his funeral, which, and my condolences to his family, but just in 2020 in general.
Right.
Like, we've evolved as society, and for anybody, and he's only 40. It's not like he's 50. It's not like he's 60. It's not like he's 70, where he's one of the good old boys. He's literally 5 years older than me. And for him to think that that's okay and an acceptable way of living is completely wrong. Or thinking, for that matter, is completely wrong.
I'm going to tell you what really, Joe, hold up, Gambino. I'm going to tell you what really bothers me. I'm going to take it to another level right now. This is the leader of the Saints. This ain't no ordinary young dude coming out the blue making a statement. I could see if it was a young wide receiver, let's say, who knew no better and came out with a stupid statement like this. But when you get a statement from your team spokesman, because he's the team spokesman, he leads the New Orleans Saints in every fashion of the way of leading, him and the coach. You dig what I'm saying? Sean Payton. So coming out from the leader, hold up. Coming out from the leader of the team and saying it the way he said it is why I think this shit's going to tarnish him for the rest of his life, bro. And that's real talk. But go ahead, man, before we move on. I don't want to overkill. I got a lot of people saying some stuff. I got people saying there's no excuses. I had another individual say that his offensive line. Hold up, Gambino. His offensive line's not going to block for him. It's going to, I'm telling you, it could be a lot of repercussions. I mean, he might have the same problem that kid Cooper from the Eagles had when he used the word nigger on on some interview he had in a club or some face thing he did, and Bobby Taylor checked him in practice. I mean, he literally beat him up in practice for using that word. So I'm not saying that Drew Brees said anything like that, but what he meant, they might get at him, the defensive player. You don't know where this could go to. But go ahead, dog.
Again, I think that it's worse for Drew Brees because he's 40 years old, and to be honest with you, even though you said that you would understand it from someone who's a rookie, I don't understand it from anybody because that's not the way to think, period. Regardless of what you feel flag represents, the flag represents something for everybody else because the backbone of the flag was built on the African American and Native American and Chinese and Irish and Mexican and other communities.
See, look at Jambino. I don't want to get too deep. Let's stay Drew Brees. I want to stay Drew Brees, though, because once we start going there, we open them another can of worms. And like I said, I don't want this post to get pulled down. I'm telling you this because I know this. They pull me down for less shit. I'm telling you, they online. Let's just talk Drew Brees. Next question is, I'm gonna say first, this is not gonna tarnish the great thing he did as far as that Katrina help out donation and bringing that city a championship. It's not gonna take that away, but it's gonna be a mark on him for the rest of his life. That's my thinking. I want to hear your thinking.
Absolutely. Again, like I said, Ed Reed is going to check on that store before he gets the jacket. It might even cost him first ballot all team consideration because of the comment.
Oh, wow. That's deep. That's deep right there. That's deep. Okay, now listen. We don't want to overkill. What else you had? You said you had something else for us today.
I figure since we last week talked about the NFC and what it's going to do like, let's stick on the NFC South, where Drew Brees is basically just torpedoed any chance the Saints are going to possibly fix their curse.
Okay, so what are you thinking out that division? What are you thinking?
Well, I'll start at the bottom, where I think the Panthers are going to go a nice 3-13 to be dead last.
I disagree totally with that, but go ahead.
Okay. I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be the surprise team.
Yeah.
But they're going to come in at 9-7. I think the New Orleans are going to come in at 9-7 as well because Drew Brees just torpedoed his entire season.
Yeah. I hate to say that, but I mean, hold on. Let me ask you something. Hold up. Let me get this in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says winning cures everything, right? I heard that in many occasions. Locker rooms fighting, managers not getting along with players. Winning cures everything. Now I'm gonna ask you: is winning gonna cure this situation?
Not this time.
Okay.
Not this time.
I think I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
He made an ignorant statement after a long time, and there's videotape of some man doing something completely wrong for 9 minutes.
Okay. All right, now back to the division. What do you think the Atlanta Falcons are going to go at?
I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be 9-7, along with the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
And I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to run away with the division at 13-3.
You love some Tom Brady, don't you?
I just like the setup of how he finally got all the offensive weapons. That's the only thing I like. I think Gronk needed a year off physically. I think Gronk is going to come back with vengeance. No one's going to be able to stop Michael Evans on 50-50 balls. And Chris Godwin isn't a bad second receiver. So they have
Godwin, let me tell you something. Godwin is very underrated. That kid got speed galore. Very underrated. Mike Evans, who I couldn't remember his name on one of my show, I kept saying Mike. I couldn't get the Evans part. He's definitely a jump ball type of guy. Nobody's going to stop him on the jump ball. He's a man amongst boys. And then you got O.J. Howard that we don't know what we're going to get out of O.J. Howard. Not we, like that's my team. We meaning
Right.
like the Tampa Bay Bucks. O.J. Howard
And
could be a
Cameron
very
Brooks,
big
so they
spot.
got 3 tight ends.
Yeah, now Gronk can either get them to that next level, or if he's not in football shape and he lost a step, I still think no matter what, he's going to draw a double team, which is going to help everybody else regardless. But I think Gronk missing one season, I can see him get back into form, especially with his body healing, etc. So you know what? They got offensive weapons all through the ball. They helped down their offensive line, but I'm here to tell you that they're not going to go far in the playoffs. I think they're going to get bumped. Maybe win one playoff game, lose the second game. I think next year the Tampa Bay Bucks make their real run. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, no. It's got to be this year. It's all lined up for this year because the Super Bowl is going to be in Tampa Bay. I think it's all lined up.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in that, dog. I know what you're saying. I remember Minnesota had it all lined up. Every time a team has it all lined up, it looks too easy just to go through that and make it a perfect ending. You telling me that? I definitely know now they're not going to win. They definitely not going to win it all now. You just telling me that. I didn't know the Super Bowl was in Tampa.
Listen, we didn't think Tom Brady was going to go to Tampa either. So I think the NFC in general is running through Tampa.
Okay. I mean, listen, you're entitled to your opinion. I agree with Carolina being last. I see Carolina maybe winning. I think we have a 17-game schedule this year, right, Gambino?
Oh, yes, we do. My apologies. I forgot it's 17 games.
Yeah. So I see Carolina maybe going like 7-10. They definitely going to double their wins from last year. Teddy Bridgewater, will bring some to the table. They stacked up on defense, which they were ranked like 29th last year. The whole draft went on defense. McCaffrey needs some help, though. They got to get McCaffrey some help, and they got to get some receivers for Bridgewater, because all that dinking and dunking is not going to work a whole season. Now I see New Orleans, then Atlanta. I see Atlanta actually in front of New Orleans, especially with this Drew Brees thing. And Atlanta's a funny team. I mean, I picked them so many years to win that division in a row. They come in third, they come in second. I think they put it all together. Matty Ice and them put it all together with Julio Jones, etc. And I think they flourished this year, barring injuries. Because they usually, when they get injured 3, 4, 5 key players. If they can stay away from that, Atlanta's got a team on the field that they can reckon with anybody in that division. You seen last year, even with a bad year, they beat Frisco. You see what I'm saying? They beat Frisco at Frisco. You see what I'm saying? And Frisco was trying to win that game. It wasn't no lay-down game. It was none of that. Matty Ice and company went up in there and took that game. Straight up and down, because I have Frisco, and I seen it, and I don't want to make no excuses. They went in there and took that. So if they got that mindset, and they beat the Saints also kind of convincing one time. So if they could play that style of football, they win that division, in my opinion, bro. But go ahead.
I think Dan Quinn gets fired before the season ends.
Okay. Chuck Thomas, hold on. Chuck Thomas saying that it's 16 games, but 17 playoff each league. Okay, that's the difference. And by the way, Chuck Thomas is a huge Tampa Bay fan. Huge Tampa Bay fan. But go ahead, Gambino. Close it out before we move on, dog.
Well, I think like I said, I think New Orleans is torpedoed this season. I don't think anybody's playing for Drew Brees. I think he'd be better off retiring at this moment.
Yep.
And that's going to shadow the entire season regardless. And I don't think they're going to be very successful. And Tampa Bay is again, the NFC is going to have to run through Tampa Bay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now what just happened in that division, because I like New Orleans to clear that division before that statement. I really did. That's only gonna help the stocks of Tampa Bay and company, Bruce Arians and company, to actually try to make a big one in that division. But I think ATL is coming out this year, man. I don't know. I got a real good feeling that ATL is busting out, man. And if Tar Gurley is anything like he came out of Georgia, it's going to be problems. It's going to be problems in Dirty Bird City. I'm telling you right now. Okay, Gambino, one more thing. Go ahead. Say your last word before we get out of here, bro.
My last words are tomorrow I'm going to be going to my first protest. Hopefully it's a very peaceful one, but I'm going to be there in support for Floyd and Black Lives Matter movement. And I very much again, I hope this does change.
Okay, brother, listen, we appreciate having you on board, and a lot of people agreeing with you that Drew Brees should leave. George Santana saying that. My boy Pee-wee's kind of feeling like that, and I kind of feel like that myself. I think after that statement, you just got to hang it up and try to make it up in other ways, because what he's going to do is be apologetic after every game. Every game, he's going to try to donate money. He's going to try everything in his power to wipe out what he said. You can mark my words on that. And I prefer that he just retires and make it up another way, man. Don't buy your way. Don't buy the people back, man. You said what you said. You meant it. You stick with it. And that's the bottom line. Gambino, thank you for calling. We'll get back soon, and I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, guys, and be safe.
Okay, Jesse Gambino, baby. All right, real quick, before I open up the phone lines, guys, let me go to the NBA real quick, because if I don't get this over, I ain't going to get no work done. The NBA Board of Governors voted Thursday to approve 22-team format to start the 2019-2020 season in Orlando, Florida. The league announced, and the vote was 29-1, with the only team not agreeing is the Portland Trail Blazers. How ironic, that's the team that decides not to vote for it. They're a bunch of funny cats, starting with Damian Lillard, man. But we got the lines open. Chuck Thomas, don't think I didn't read what you said. Atlanta's got bad defense, but trust me as I tell you, when you move the chains and you rest your defense becomes a better defense. And they do got some bodies over there. It's just that last year they were horrible. They were a horrible third down team. When you can't move the ball, your defense is on the field, and you know the rest of the story. They will move the chains, and if Gurley's anything like he was, that defense will be able to rest and be more potent when they get on the field. Just remember I told you it's going to be Atlanta with your Tampa Bay Bucks. We got another caller, y'all. What's up? Al York Sports.
Hey, man, just in the building. What's going on?
Oh, the dog catcher. What it is, baby? Talk to us, man. Educate us. Listen, you ain't going to educate us. Don't even waste your time, bro. If you're not going to educate us, don't waste your time. Go ahead, bro.
What's going on? I just caught the conversation with the NFC South. And beat that topic up a little bit, but you was just getting into the 22-team tournament.
Yeah.
And, I've been talking about that NBA the last month and a half for this shit.
Yo, hold up. Whoever's trying to call, guys, wait after this phone call. I'm not going to turn over because anytime I get one of these main callers, I let them ride. Now, if it's a regular calling, different. But Gambino and the dog catcher actually made appointments, so they're going to ride. When they finish, y'all can call. Go ahead, dog catcher.
Yeah. And while we're on the topic of the NBA in general, I just wanted to put it out there, man. Your man, MJ, a.k.a. 2-3, a.k.a. the GOAT, just dropped a
Hold on. You got to make sure you say my man. Because I got a few guys on my page that said I should name my page Al York Sports / Michael Jordan. Because I'm always supporting Jordan. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he dropped 100 pieces, man.
Damn.
Donation.
Let them hear you. Say that a little louder. Let them hear you.
100 pieces. Big boy shit.
So Michael Jordan's donating $100 million, y'all. In case whoever that don't know what 100 pieces is, 100 million he's donating to the what?
Racial equality over the next 10 years.
Nice.
He gonna break it. They didn't get specifics on the actual amount. I'm guessing 10 million a year, something like that. But he's gonna do it over dedicated to ensuring racial equality and social justice and greater access to education.
100 million, right?
100 million.
Now I want you to pause. The Ravens owner in the NFL, Steve Bisciotti. I want you to see what Michael Jordan's doing. He's pledging $1 million for social justice. $1 million from the Ravens owner. Michael's dropping 100 million. You do the math on that. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Go ahead, dog.
But yeah, I just wanted to drop that knowledge to everybody who didn't catch the news. But I want to get to this tournament, or they're gonna fill in a few games at the tail end of it, then they're gonna get down to the series what we're used to.
Okay, so educators, how this is gonna be programmed? How this whole situation is gonna be programmed?
So basically, there's a few teams that was making a little noise on the outskirts of the top 8 on each side.
Copy.
And they felt it was unfair that they was just going to put in the top 8 teams on each side based on the record as is, being that there was another 10, 15 games left.
Okay.
So what they decided to do was take a few of the bubble teams, they called it, and play some sort of a tournament, like a March Madness style tournament for the bubble teams.
Okay.
You there?
Yeah, I'm there.
So I don't have all the teams off the top of my head, but I did hear you say Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar would be in there. As far, in other words, Portland Trail Blazers. You got the Pelicans. They'll be in there. The Brooklyn Nets will be in there. The San Antonio Spurs. It's going to be 13 teams from the West, 9 teams from the East.
Yo, hold up. Why I knew this was coming. As soon as we spoke that mic shit, I was just waiting for a comment. One of my boys said if his business is pulling billions a year, why is he only giving 10 million a year? You can't win with Mike. I'm telling you, every time they're going to come with something back. So in other words, since he's making billions, people want to count his money now. Now y'all want to count his money. So would it make him a better do if he gave the whole 100 million? But let me guess. Hold on. If he gave that whole 100 million, you know what's going to be the next comment? That's to make up for that, that gambling shit. On that
right.
TV series, The Last Dance, he's just trying to back that up because we all knew he was addicted. There's no winning for Michael Jordan, dog. There's no winning for him. But
he can't do no good. He can't do no good to most people.
Yeah, he can't. There's nothing he can do.
No good.
But go ahead, bro. I have to get that out there.
But I wanted to go through a couple of the teams that I personally liked, and I wanted to talk about them Lakers because I know that everybody riding high on the Lakers.
Okay, let me get a quick kick in real quick. A couple shows ago, my pick of the year was the Clippers in the beginning. But a couple shows ago, I reiterated, mind me, I can't say that word. You know what I'm trying to say. I basically said that if the season restarted, I got to go with the Lakers. I just got to go with the Lakers. The way it's set up, the way LeBron was putting pressure, on the league, where he even mentioned retiring if they don't restart. I said I got to go with the Lakers with the fact of hoping that he loses in the chip again. But the fact that he's pushing it so hard, because what he's worried about is getting to that GOAT status. We all know that. He's trying to get that 500 mark in the chip record because he knows every year he loses, he's a year away from retiring. So that's why he pushed it more than anybody. Because I'm still totally against the NBA coming back this year. And a lot of people running with me, a lot of people want to see it. But from my understanding, when you told me it was plus 220 to take the Lakers to win it all, you call that fool's gold. And I'm with you.
Gold.
I'm with you. Explain to the audience why you calling it Fool's Gold.
Okay. Well, a couple months back, or about 45 days, or a month and a half ago, LeBron put a thread out there and said it's unfair. They played, what, 3/4 of the season or more than that, 80% of the season. It's unfair that they call it quits. And he threw a thread out there saying that he would retire if they didn't finish the season. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So we talked about it, and I said that he's trying to push his legacy, trying to catch up. And so we're here, and they're going to finish the season. They're going to finish the season.
Right.
The reason why I say it's Fool's Gold is, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant passed it earlier this year. And before this pandemic happened, a lot of people was riding the Lakers for that reason.
Yeah, yeah.
The destined, Kobe died, LeBron's ready, he's focused, so on and so forth.
They thought it would be another Katrina story, correct?
Right.
Drew Brees, Katrina, city messed up, got him a chip, one of those type. Go ahead.
Right. So, you know me, I like to look at the numbers. I like to look at it from another angle. And I'm thinking in my mind, if I'm the book, or if I'm taking action, and I know that the Lakers is the most popular bet in the NBA to win it all, why in the fuck would I give them? How would I give somebody 2-1 on their money when they the
Dog, you breaking up. You breaking up.
You there?
Yeah, you breaking up. I think you moving backwards. Okay. Don't move backwards. Stay where you at.
I said, if I was a book and I'm taking action, but when I give the public favorite bet 2-1 on their money.
Okay, fellas, hold up. Let me educate some people that don't really follow money on the NBA. There's a thing in Vegas, y'all, where if something looks too good, it's usually not going to happen. So what my boy the dog catcher is basically saying, it's a sucker bet. They paying out too much for something that everybody's on.
They're giving you money for it.
Dog, too good to be true. Too good to be.
Absolutely.
Let me give you an example, y'all. This is totally different. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm even going here. I was in a club one day, many years ago. I hope my wife don't hear me. She's in the room. I had 5 girls dancing with me, dog. Yo, dog, I thought I was macking. I was like this, yo. I said, yo, I'm that dude, man. I know I'm that dude. 10 minutes later, I realized I had $100 missing and a beeper missing. Those were the beeper days. When it's too good to be true, it's normally not, man. That's the moral of the story, man. It was too good to be true. I was feeling like that doing it didn't happen. Reverting to the Lakers, everybody feeling them. Everybody know LeBron want that ring. He's trying to get back to the GOAT status. AD's over there. It's looking all LA Lakers. But to pay $220? I think you said one time, last year Golden State was minus $120.
That's right.
That sounds better. If they had the Lakers at minus money, oh, I know you would have pounded them and I would have been following right after you.
That's right.
But the fact that they plus 220, nah, that's fool's gold, man. I agree with you, dog. I totally agree with you.
In layman's terms, for the people, if they still haven't caught up, let's say I met somebody on the street and they told me, hey, I want the Lakers to win everything. I bet you $100 that the Lakers win everything. And I turned back and told them, say, if the Lakers win everything, not only will I give you $100, I'll give you $300. I give you $200 more if they do it.
Right.
That's basically what's going on.
Yeah, and that's why I'm educating the peoples, because especially in the East Coast, it took me to move to the West Coast to understand their theory. Because sports betting is beyond, picking the better team. When I came out here to the Mecca, it's just like, I hate to use the terminology police, but when people become police, their vision is different on crime than the average cat because you get educated. You get educated beyond. So when you move to the Mecca, which is Vegas, gambling, I'm educated. This is why I'm able to do this show with you and understand exactly what you're talking about. So now I want to educate all the East Coast guys who are not hip to it. I'm not saying everybody. No. There's guys out there that already know what we're saying. Like I'm pretty sure Buck Flair know what we're saying. But not everybody. Because right now you got dudes saying, oh, they crazy. LA's going to win it all. Then we're going to have a show when they lose, and we're going to say, we told y'all. But go ahead, dog.
Coach. Okay, so I just wanted to speak on the Lakers, and then the next thing, obviously, is the Bucks out the East. Okay, and some people out there think that the Bucks are the best team because they 1 through 5, they've been playing well for the last 2-3 years. They got the reigning MVP, Greek Freak. They play well as a team, etc. Now you can get them at plus 260.
Right.
They're giving you a little bit more money for that one.
No cigar.
That sounds like a trap as well.
All I gotta say is, even though the Bucks to me are overrated, even though their record is remarkable, thanks to Greek Freak, Chris Middleton stepping up, having big years, Kova off the bench, George Hill, etc., Lopez. I just think that when it comes to crunch time, all the motherfuckers gonna fold except the Greek Freak. And even he's gonna fold because once they start pushing him out of the box and he start thinking he Chuck Person from outside, he ain't Chuck Person. And that's what happened to him last year. He was trying to pull up from deep. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was trying to pull up from deep like, dog, that's not your game. But what happens is they cramp him up so much in the middle that he can't do that bully Euro big man shit. Because he's got like a big Euro version of what James Harden got, if you notice that. Because he like to dribble at the key and hit you with that long strop. But that ain't going to work when you got 3 dudes in the box with mega defense. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't trust. I mean, Middleton is a veteran. He's starting to be money. Culver's a veteran, but I don't trust everybody else. I just don't. DJ Wilson, all them cats, Divincenzo, whatever how you say his name, I don't trust those cats. Connaughton, I don't trust those cats. But go ahead, dog.
And if you pay attention to the Bucks, they're explosive at home. We're playing on the neutral court down in Florida.
Yeah.
That changed the whole game.
And not only that, regular season's a different brand of basketball. You know that. When the lights come on, dudes be like, oh, shit. It get real fast. It get real fast. You know what I'm saying? And they're not ready for that, dog. They won, I think they beat Boston last year, which was a horrible year for Boston. You know, they had so much locker room issues, Kyrie Irving, whatever. But, you know, and they're a good team. The Bucks are a good team, but they just not going to win it all. I just don't see it, bro.
I think their nemesis may be this year, or a problem they might have with the matchups is the Sixers. I think the Sixers match up very well with them. They're just as big as them.
You ain't lying. Sixers match up well.
They're just as big. They match up well with them.
The thing with the Sixers is that they got knuckleheads in that locker room. You got Ben Simmons and you got MB not clicking.
Shooting threes.
Yeah, they not clicking, and they lost a lot of key outside shooters. When they lost J.J. Redick, Ilyasova, Shamet. These were guys that could can them from outside all day. Now you got to count on Richardson to hit a couple threes. MB's even trying to pull out because they can't hit. You know, Ben Simmons can't hit nothing. Ben Simmons can't even hit a foul shot. Like, realistically, what he's like 49% from the line?
Yeah, he's pretty terrible.
You ain't going to win when you're congested like that, bro. You're not. Even though they gave these guys a run for their money last year, 7th game, they played out their heads, but they lost too many good outside shooters, dog. They had them too. Like I said, Redick, Ilyasova, Shamet, they got rid of all those guys. But get it, dog.
We can't count out the champs. I know that they may not get there, but
you can't. Even though they throw Kawhi, Siakam is balling, Van Fleet is balling. You got Lowry. You know Lowry's gonna turn it up, even though he's front in the playoffs. but Lowry could ball out. But get ahead, dog.
Van Fleet is an animal.
Yeah, I love from Van Fleet.
He's an animal.
Yep.
And another team that I think that's going to be dangerous in the East is the Boston Celtics.
I never count them out.
I think they're going to be dangerous. I think Kemba's hungry.
Yup, Kemba Walker.
I think Kemba's one of the top PGs out there.
Yup, Kemba Walker. I love him.
They got a great coach. They play they play basketball. They all play together. They mesh well. I think they're gonna do well in this.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward fits perfect with them. He's not a mega star. He's not the money he's getting, but he fits under that Stevenson's way of playing. He played with Stevenson and Butler, so Stevenson loves Gordon Hayward. To me, the X factor is Jaylen Brown. Can he step up? If he steps up, bro, sky's the limit in Beantown. But let's go to the West real quick. My understanding is, I know how you think, dog, and I know you like them real dark horses with talent. And right now, one guy said that they be choking every year. Tell them about the Houston Rockets and what you thinking, dog.
That's my shit.
I know that's your team, but talk to them. The first thing they're gonna say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You got two guys that actually play the same type of game in James Harden and Russell Westbrook. You got no big man. Right? Your bench is suspect. Right. When your best bench player is Austin Rivers, you have an issue. That's an issue.
Right.
So now, me telling you, them three factors, two guys that play the same amount of game, they be gunning. They becoming a little more team players as they getting a little older, but they still gunners. At the end of the day, they gunners. Westbrook and Harden are gunners. No big man. Mm-hmm. No big man. Your bench is weak.
I think they're going.
How do they come out the West?
I think they're going to spread them out, and I think they ain't going to miss. I think they just. I mean, I've seen the Rock before this pandemic happened. I don't know if we had a conversation. But the Rockets was getting 7 points against the Lakers, and they gave it to them.
Right.
Westbrook had like 30-something. Harden had 30+. And I think in this style of play, I think they're gonna go deep. I like them to win it all. To be honest with you, they sit at 15-1 right now.
You mentioned that one game, correct?
That's right.
A dead clock is right twice a day. So. What are you telling me about that one game? What are you telling me about that?
It tells me that the Lakers is the biggest team out the West, and obviously that's where Houston at. The Lakers is big.
So you think there's a matchup problem there between the Houston Rockets and the L.A. Lakers? Is what you're telling me? It's a matchup problem for the Lakers.
That's right. I think it's a matchup nightmare. Whoever faces the Rockets.
Hold on. Let me intervene. Yo, guys. I'm not gassing Houston. If anything, I'm playing devil's advocate. He likes Houston. Y'all misinterpret me. Houston. My boy likes Houston to come out. I'm just saying he likes them. Right. No, because they're saying I'm hyping them. I'm not hyping them. He's the one that likes them. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying they got no center. Two gunners and playing the guards. The nice piece that I do really like that they got is Robert Covington. That was a beautiful pickup for them. Covington, like 6'7", he's long. He can hit the jumper. Team player, can play any position. I think that was a great pickup. But I'm not saying they're coming out the West, y'all. Don't put words in my mouth. But go ahead, big man.
I'm saying that shit. Loud and proud. I like Houston Rockets to go deep. I like whoever come out the West. I like to win it all. And I feel that Houston gonna come out of there. They're gonna run it. They're gonna run good. I think they're gonna win it all. I like Houston Rockets. I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so
that's what I like.
Real quick, we're gonna go through a few teams. Clippers are 44-20, in the fastest form way. Why they don't come out the West? We go through real quick. The smaller the words, the better. Long story short.
I like Houston. They got Doc. He's experienced, great coach, great defensive team. I just think they're going to get caught by a sleeper like someone like Dallas.
Okay, so the Clippers are going to get caught out there, even though Doc Rivers is long overdue, especially in the West Coast. So they're going to get slept upon. I disagree. I think they get up there late, semifinals, and get bumped. I just think, I don't know, there's something missing, and I can't put it together. But I just think right now the Lakers are better than them, even though I picked the Clippers to win it all. I'm just keeping it 100, like I always do. You know, I got the Clippers, but I just think the Lakers are a little better. That's just my opinion. Okay, real quick, Denver Nuggets. Why Denver Nuggets are not going to the chip?
I like them. I did like Denver, but looking at the seeding, they'll have to go through Houston or as well. They got a great team. They got a good bench. They can hit the open shot. They got a big man, Jokic, that's an all-star.
I love the Joker. Joker and Murray.
I just don't think they have the experience to win when it counts.
Yeah, they still.
If you remember,
they still wet behind the ear. I'm not gonna lie. Even Murray hit some big shots, Joker, but they still very young in this mix. Especially when you got Kawhi Leonard, PG-13, LeBron James. They way too young for those cats. But go ahead.
And the main reason why I don't like Denver is we all know when you go to Denver, that's when they catch.
Pepsi Center.
They don't have the altitude.
Pepsi Center.
Be down in Florida. I just think it's just not going to play in their favor without that home court advantage.
Okay, real fast. Utah Jazz. You got Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, Ingles, Conley, Clarkson, Bogdanovich. Talk to us.
Utah, I don't know, man. They may not have that chemistry ever since Rudy Gobert came out and mocked the whole virus shit, got the virus,
and Mitchell scraped on him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know they have that. I don't think they have that chemistry.
Okay.
I don't think they have that chemistry. Snyder's a great coach. I just don't think they have that chemistry.
Okay.
When it counts right now.
Last but not least, this is one of my sleepers. I think the coach been through some stuff. The coach has a chip. I think they got the players. They still wet behind the ear. But I just think nobody's going to want to play them in the playoffs, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. I think, with Porzingis, Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Curry, Colin Stein, Justin Jackson, I think if they get hot at the right time, they're going to make problems for people. They're not going to win the chip, but nobody's going to really want to play them. Your take on them?
They're going to apply some pressure. I agree with that. They'll apply some pressure. I just think that Luka being their best player, then they're being a rookie almost, pretty much, I just think we need another year or two under their belt to have that experience to consider them NBA champs.
Okay,
but
so real quick,
in the near future.
Real quick, give us a finals, 2 teams. Give us your winner, and I'm gonna even make it harder for you. Give me how many games? How about that?
I'm gonna say
who comes out the East.
I would say like Houston out the West. I know everybody think I'm crazy as hell, but I like Houston out the West. And I think I want to go with Philly. Because if I go back to last year, Kawhi was one shot away from losing that damn near.
Right.
And I think Philly got the ingredient to beat the Bucks, to beat the Celtics, and to beat Toronto. So I like Philly versus the Rockets, and then I like the Rockets to win it all, and I'd say 7. The hell with it.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you only because there's no continuity in Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure my boy Steve Levine is smiling now because he's a Philadelphia 76ers fan. So you just blew some smoke up his ass, if you ask me. He happy as fuck right now. That's what he want to hear. But I just think the fact that they lost key shooters, they're not getting along, I just think that's too much to overcome. And Embiid's nothing but a big baby. You seen him crying after that game. Right. I just don't think the Rockets I can see because of the veterans even though a lot of people is going to disagree with me. I'm not saying they coming out the West. I'm just saying that I can see what you're seeing to a degree. But I'm going to say Lakers, Clippers get out. I know everybody's saying that. And I think in the East, I think somebody's going to upset Milwaukee in that conference finals, and it might be the Boston Celtics.
Boston.
Yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. But real quick, we got about 4 minutes. I was gonna hang up and do another subject, but I might as well do the subject with you. Big day in UFC tomorrow with Dana White. A lot of fights. I just basically picked out the 4 main events. Amanda Nunes versus Felicia. You got Cody Garbrandt versus Rafael Asukato. Work with me if I'm not pronouncing it right. Corey Sandhagen versus Aljamain Sterling. And Sean O'Malley versus Eddie Winland. Out of those 4 fights, is anything grabbing your attention? I know you wanted to give out a free play because we lost the last time with Harris,
right.
Correct?
Correct.
And I don't really blame you. Only thing I didn't like is that we should have stood away from a fight that has so much money. I went against what I normally do, and that's why I paid for it. But when you seen the fight, he had him basically beat up severely in that first round. Didn't finish him. Lost the fight. I'm not making excuses. We lost what we gave out. Bottom line. Do you have a comeback play for my peoples who are tuning in?
I've been looking at the card, and you know how I get down. I like to bet. I like to really see the last movement on it. But looking at it before the last update, they normally update the movement around 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
But if you held a gun to my head right now, I like Cody Garbrandt. He's laying $1.40 on the main card.
Okay, you guys heard him. UFC, the dog catcher is giving out Cody Garbrandt. He's fighting Rafael Asukato. I could be saying it wrong, but just look for Rafael. Look for Cody Garbrandt. You click that or you say that at the window over Rafael Asukato. Now, Steve Levine, I know you wanted to give out a fight last time. You can give out a fight right now via comments if you think you got a winner. Because your dog catcher, when you gave out that loser, he was talking shit that he had a winner for us. So I don't want that. I don't want the winner after the fucking show. I don't want that. So give us one on the show so that we got video on your plate. Even via comments. That comes out on the video. Steve Levine, real quick, who you like tomorrow? I hope you're listening too, by the way. I just see you punching stuff in. Let's see if he got something for us, dog catcher.
But yeah, that's who I like. If you held a gun to my head again, I really like to wait for that last update. There's nothing really sticking out to me. Like I like Harris. I actually like Harris a lot. And like you said, I took that L. The money swing to Harris at about 55%.
Right.
2 hours before the fight. So I happen to be on the public side, and I paid for it. And that's okay. I can live with that.
Well, I know the specialist, my boy, the specialist, he gave me a 3-teamer that pays even money. Shit, man. The only thing, and I got to go on the phone to see that. I know he gave out Amanda Nunes. I think he gave out Garbrandt. And I think O'Malley, but don't hold me to it. He gave out a 3-teamer, all heavy hitters, pay even money. He really didn't have nothing straight that was affordable. This is why you got the day-to-day dog catcher, because you always give us something that we could go to the window and we don't have to go crazy laying out $250, etc. So the layout is minus 140, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you heard the dog catcher. Cody Garbrandt, minus 140 versus Rafael. Call your bookie. Go to the book. Go to wherever you got to go. If you got to go to Suncoast, if you got to go to Ellis Island, wherever you got to go to make these bets, get your bet in. Minus 140. Get that free money. Any last words you got, dog catcher?
That's it, man. That's all I got. That's it.
That's all you got?
It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure.
Real quick, who wins the NBA title?
Oh, the Houston motherfucking Rockets, man.
There you go, y'all. Houston Rockets. And with that, Thank you for calling in, Dog Catcher. We tuning in next week. My brother, stay up. You know I'm going to ride with you with that. Tune in Tuesday, guys. 15 quickest minutes. I got to hurry up because I'm running short on time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Gambino, the Dog Catcher, Buck Flair, everybody tuning in. I love y'all, man. And like I said, salute to George Floyd and everybody else that went down. Families, kids, daughters, cousins, friends. God bless all of them on the Al York Sports Show. Love y'all, man. 100, man.